In today's episode, we're going to be talking about our song Hangover that came out back in September.
September 2018.
Hangover, you've got me forgetting last night. I can't remember what I did, where I've been. I had this longing for regret.
In this video, we got to destroy a bunch of shit, and it was fun. There's a place here in town called the Rage Room. Great people, a lot of fun. Check it out on the Facebook. But basically, you pay money and you go in with baseball bats and shit, and you just beat the shit out of inanimate objects. It's a lot of fun. But they weren't even open yet, and we talked to them, and long story short, we got to film there. So we filmed in the room, and then we took all our gear out because we didn't want to fuck anything up. And then we got, bottles and glasses,
flour,
signs, and we just had a blast. Our friend Lindan from Lindan Caldwell Media filmed that as well, and I think he did an excellent job. That's actually probably, I like Alone, I like a lot of our songs, but personally, this one's probably my favorite to play. It has that kind of high energy rock feel, and this is probably my favorite song to play live as of this taping. That could change like next week. And it's about, because Michael worked all the words to this one as well. I didn't have a say. Did I have any lines in this song?
No. I literally wrote the whole thing.
I don't think I don't
This
know.
is one I wrote and I sent to you, and you're like, I like that.
Yeah, I think you just sent me the words, and I was like, nope, that's good the way it is.
Yeah. So this song is actually not about what anybody thinks it's about. I phrased it to seem like it's me being addicted to a person, when the song is actually really about me switching depression medications and feeling withdrawals and feeling like I couldn't feel. Like I had nothing and everything was just wrong. And,
like you were numb.
Yeah.
Which is a shitty feeling.
Yeah, it was awful. And now that you know that, you can go back and listen and kind of take that for what it is. In the chorus, it talks about quitting. Quitting you is the hardest thing to do. At the time, I was just literally stopping one medication and not having any medication for a few days, and it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life, because it seemed like every single thing that would happen was the most detrimental thing at that point.
And you still had to do your job.
Yeah, I still had to be normal outside in society and where I was when I was trying while all this was still going on,
just to keep it together.
And it was difficult. I remember
those text messages and those phone calls we had those few days were interesting, because we do actually talk almost every day. Usually it's about Pokemon.
Yeah.
But
I remember at one point all I said was I just want my medicine. I want to start my new medicine. This sucks and I hate it. And so I know that a lot of people struggle with depression, anxiety. So this is one of those songs that kind of speaks to that. That's
why when you sent me the words, I was like, no, this is perfect. I know exactly how that feels.
Right. So we kind of
you hit the nail.
We kind of reached out to that part of everyone where they're just struggling, and in the bridge it says, I just want to feel, why can't I feel anything? And it's literally just saying I don't feel like myself. I don't feel this pain is not really a feeling, and it just everything in life kind of just sucks, and you just want that feeling of love and acceptance and feeling like you belong somewhere.
I feel like a person.
Yeah, and it's difficult sometimes, and so in that state of mind that I was in, I was just wanting something to make me feel like I was actually alive and actually worth being here. And it was a hard time. So we understand where everybody comes from with that, and so this song's kind of reaching for that and kind of giving you a chance to feel like you're not by yourself, like you're not gonna have to struggle through it on your own. I've got Kyle, and I've got Kevin, and I've got Lyndon, I've got all these other people that kind of just surround me anytime that something's going on. And we want to be that for you guys, and we know that you should have other people around you that can be that little bit of help and lifting to you throughout your lives.
No matter who you are, where you are on, your spectrum of wealth, of gender orientation, color, where you're from on the planet. You're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have really good days. But on those bad days, you gotta. Something I tell myself, and Michael and I talk about this often, is, we try to find something good about that day and kind of move on. And that's part of the reason that we started playing music, is that really, especially when we were younger, we were really able to latch on. There's certain bands and songs that definitely saved my life. My Chemical Romance, Relient K. There's definitely a lot of things from my youth that I really connected to, and whether it's the best day or the worst day, when we're playing a show, we want that half hour to be like nothing's there. Just have a good fucking time.
Yeah. Kind of to expand off what Kyle said, we want each one of our songs to be that little bit of time that you can just turn off life for a little bit and just put yourself in a situation that just feels more appealing, more like home for you, in a situation that you just don't feel like you have to entertain, I guess you would say, entertain people, life, or anything else. And it just kind of like a way of escaping from things for a little bit.
Like, you guys interpret our songs however you want to interpret it, but we want to kind of give a little behind the curtain type experience to where we're at as we write these songs and put them out for you. Being on stage is different. Like, it feels like from the time that the set starts to the time that the set ends. Like, I know I'm Kyle, but I feel like a different Kyle. I don't know, there's something about being up there, and the guys that we play with are just fucking fantastic. I love Bryce, I love Clint. And Michael and I have been playing together for a
good hot minute.
A long time. That's my escape. Like, just that, and I feel like just everyone in the room is on that same level of just, we're here to have a good time, and that's what it is. I want all our shows to be a good time for us. I want them to be a good time for you. I jokingly call New American Classic my fun job, because it's still a job. I still have to do stuff, but it's a hell of a lot more fun than my normal job. And I feel like you gotta have that. You gotta have that expression you gotta have that avenue to express yourself, whether it be music or art or making memes. I don't care. Do something to express your creativity in some way, some healthy way.
Playing shows for me is kind of the same as like Kyle said. It's my chance to just put everything else aside and become the person that I want to be for a little while, and kind of escape all my problems, everything that's going on in life. So if I had a bad day and I get up on stage, nothing is bothering me. I don't think about things. I just get up there and I get to sing. I get to smile. I get to like high five people.
It's really cool when they sing with us too.
Yeah, and I think my favorite thing is literally when I just can stop and just listen to other people while they're screaming our lyrics back at us. That's a really fun, interesting feeling.
That's really rad.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's...
So,
it makes us feel a lot cooler than we really are. Like, it's an ego boost because we're not that cool. But you guys singing our songs is just...
But definitely a good feeling. It's kind of... I don't know what else to say. It's
unless
like
you,
nothing else in the world.
Been, and it's kind of hard to it's really it's a high that nothing else can beat.
I can agree.
And I don't know, especially like when we play one of our really longer sets and just getting off stage and we're just soaked in sweat and just like so exhausted, but it's always worth it, whether there's 5 people there, whether there's 500 people there. It's always worth it.
Yeah.
This is probably like 11 or 12 years ago, but I was playing in a band and we were playing a show up in St. Louis, and there was like on the stage floor there was like a very big divot, and I used to play a lot crazier than I do now. Like I used to do
That's hard to believe.
Crazy things. I used to move around and like throw myself. Anyways, it's what you did then. But I was in the process of playing and jumping around, and my foot happened to catch that divot just so, and I fell backwards into the drum set, and I knocked over my drummer's drums, and Justin proceeded to hit me on the head with his drumstick because my head was where his floor tom was supposed to be. And that's probably like my craziest, most embarrassing, that's probably like the worst moment I've ever had on stage.
Craziest moment had to be back when I was playing acoustic music. I played at this church where these 2 guys sat like right in front of me. They didn't know any of the words to my songs, but they would sing every single word about a half second after I sang it. It was really, really difficult to focus and still sing all the same songs. I did it, but it was hard. My other crazy moment had to be when we did a full cover band set. Because after doing that, by the way, we did the Black Parade from cover to cover. And after that set, songs. It was like I was just exhausted because Gerard Way is insane for writing that album.
That room was packed, and when we got done, I just remember just like, because you guys just went crazy. It was nuts.
Yeah.
And I mean, it felt like I had just done like a marathon. That was a crazy night.
Yeah. But after we finished the whole set, every single time, didn't matter where we were, I would literally go to the green room and just lay down on the floor for about 10 minutes because I was that exhausted. Just that amount of work, singing that amount of music is just crazy. We've only done it like 5-6 times. We've
done it like 5 or 6 times. Anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed this in this video. Hope you enjoy NAC TV. Click that share button. It helps us out. It really does. You can check out the Hangover video both on our YouTube and on our Facebook. So it might even pop up in one of these recommendations. Click it. Episode of NAC TV, and we'd like to welcome you. That was terrible. One more time. One more time.